To replace the power system on the Howard Medical Core series of carts, you will need the following tools: a 10mm socket set, a Phillips head screwdriver, and a T20 Torx driver. Please remember, AC power must be disconnected prior to working on the cart. To do this, press and hold the power button on the status indicator until you hear a beep from the cart indicating AC power is off. If the cart is plugged into the wall, disconnect AC power from the wall and secure the power cord on the hanger to keep the cord out of the way during the repair process. Please note that depending on the version of your cart, the removal process may vary slightly. Viewing the lower rear of the cart, you will see the battery tub. Remove the 2 thumb screws on the left and right side and then pull it away from the cart until you can access the cable compartment. Next, disconnect the black, red, and yellow connections on the battery and pull the battery tub fully away from the cart. Finally, remove the battery by pressing the tab on the strap. If replacing the battery harness is necessary, slide the red and black boot off of the terminals to expose the terminal bolts. Using a 10mm socket or Phillips head screwdriver, depending on your battery model, remove both the positive and negative bolts. Note, you will reuse these bolts with a new harness. Install the new battery by following these steps in reverse order. To remove the inverter, first remove the inverter cover on the rear of the cart by removing the 2 T20 screws. Next, disconnect the large yellow connector, the AC input, and the AC output located at the top of the inverter. Then, you will need to disconnect the yellow, black, and gray RJ45 connectors by pressing firmly on their tabs, followed by the USB cable. When these cables are disconnected, loosen the 2 small black thumb screws on the upper right and lower left corner of the bracket and slide the inverter up and out of the bracket. To install the new inverter, repeat these steps backwards. Replace the 40-amp fuses by first locating the fuse box, which is located inside the inverter compartment on the upper right side. To replace the fuse, remove the fuse cover by pulling with your finger and then pull the fuse out of the harness and replace. The final step is to power the cart back on and wake up the inverter. To do this, you will need to unhook the power cord from the cart and plug it into the wall to wake up the inverter. You will know that the inverter is awake when all lights on the fuel gauge show green. Once the fuel gauge shows green, press and hold the on button on the status indicator until you hear a beep from the cart indicating AC power is on. Once this is finished, the repair process is completed. When the cart is fully tested, it is ready to return to service. If you have any questions or issues during the repair process, please contact our technical support team at 888-323-3151, option 1, via email at support@howard-medical.com or visit us online at www.howard.com.